text the other day. We get about 500 listeners a day. And that's, Spreaker finally has come out with we were on Spreaker, so we get the numbers. This podcast is absolutely listened to more than I ever expected. So have some more fun with it. Come into the chat room. You won't regret it. The people in the chat room, this is the Chat Room Hall of Fame, and they're still playing. Gleyber Torres, 16 for 32 against Baltimore. 7 of his 9 home runs are against the Orioles this year. You like Gleyber? He's 17 for 35, 3 doubles, 8 homers, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. That's a 486 if you're scoring at home. And Andrew Kashner. Hey, Cha-Cha, did you see? I have Andrew Kashner. I'm in a league with Cha-Cha. It's American League only. I picked up Andrew Kashner, and I kept him in against the Yankees. And I'll tell this out loud. I'm not doing very well in taking care of my teams. I was very lucky that Miami didn't play yesterday because I left off 2 Miami players from my lineup in labor, and I went on the site and I was able to put them in because they didn't play yet. And then I had Andrew Kashner I kept him in against the Yankees. I wanted to take him out this morning. I was shocked when I looked and I saw he was in, but he didn't pitch bad. 3rd straight quality start against the Yankees. I was in awe. I was so disappointed. Okay? And they hammered J.A. Happ, 6 runs and 3 2/3. And then Michael Givens, forget about it. He could not hold on to what was left of that big lead after entering the game with the Orioles up 2 runs, 2 outs in the 8th inning. He allowed Gleyber Torres on the first pitch of the game hit a home run, back-to-back singles. It was bad. And then who's Hanser Alberto, right? 4 hits, right? Unbelievable. 8 hits by given up by Happ were extra base hit. 4 of them were extra. It was Happ's 4th and worst appearance against the Orioles. He lasted just 3 2/3, dropped his record to 3-4. ERA is 5.1. The 9th inning home run as Sanchez was 13th of the year. 8th inning homer by Torres was the 2nd of the game, 10th of the year. 8 of his 10, as I said, have come against the Orioles, so the Yankees go 1 game up on the idle Rays. How about that? They've won 11 out of 14, 21 out of 28. Sanchez started the game 4 for 25 with runners in scoring position. He popped out with Vogt on 2nd in the 4th. Then he singled in the 6th, and LeMahieu scored from 3rd, and the home run, so 2 for 3. Sanchez comes alive at the right time. David Price. All right. He's had 14 decisions at Rogers Field, whatever they call it, against Toronto. He's had 14 decisions. What do you think his record is against Toronto in 14 decisions? David Price, okay? What do you think his record is in 14 decisions against Toronto? Don't forget, tonight we got Easy Kill. Look, fantasy sports, the whole thing, this podcast network, we work hard for fantasy sports. We work hard. We work hard on this network. The podcasters, the preparation, and just, making sure we're available at the right times. But the good thing about it is that fantasy sports and our radio network, when it's time, we work for you. Fantasy sports works for you. It's that great escape that we need when the going gets tough. It's that great escape that we need to concentrate on our podcasts when the going gets tough. And there's just no price you could put on that. So tonight, listen in to Easy Kill, and he'll tell you all about it, okay? Sometimes we don't know the value. It's more than winning the million. It's about the great escape. David Price against Toronto. 14 decisions in Rogers Field. He's 13-1. and he's 22-3 overall against Toronto. Vladimir Guerrero just won the American League Player of the Year award, right? And it runs in the family. Senior won the Player of the Year award 10 times. And the last time he did it was in April of 2007. He shared it with A-Rod. So another outstanding performance. He didn't allow any earned runs over 5 innings. 12-2 rout Monday. 22-3. 13-1 in 18 starts in Toronto. How about that one? Okay. Edwin Jackson made another start on his 14th big league team. How about that? So, pretty good. In 6 games last week, and you all know the stupid shit, Vladimir Guerrero hit .333, smacked 4 home runs and 9 RBIs. He became the youngest J to win the weekly award of Player of the Week. Junior Felix had held the record at age 21 in 1989. But here's the thing. They didn't play him yesterday, and it was a holiday in Canada. Crazy. And I don't think there was enough said about getting your lineups in. A lot of people got shut out. There wasn't enough, and forgive me for not even mentioning it. I owe you that. Good morning to the real AA. I owe you that. We should have made a big deal about it. A lot of players did not know. Just not that. You know, Easy Kill, I've said it many times. Everybody who comes into the chat room has become part of my extended family. And we mean that. Andrea feels the same way. White Sox and the Astros. Carlos Correa has already hit more batted balls at 110 miles an hour than he did in all of 2018. He needs one more to match 2017. So he is doing it. And the Astros have hit home runs in 16 straight games. The third longest streak in franchise history. The record is 19. In the last 16 games, the Astros have 38 home runs. They've averaged 7.1, and they've gone 13-3. And Brad Peacock making his third start since going to the windup. He had some up and down moments in March and April. He didn't issue a walk after walking 4 and 5 innings in his last start. But it's the offense. Oh, just they piling up the numbers. Marisnik and Tyler White both homered. Peacock, another solid start. Springer out with a stiff back, but no matter what they do, Ryan Presley, scoreless 8th inning, extended his MLB streak of appearances without allowing a run to 40. Osuna gave up a hit, but got his 12th save. So they're doing good. And the White Sox used 5 pitchers on a bullpen day. How about that? It was bullpen day. But the big thing is that Jimenez returned to action for the White Sox. He returned. Somebody's... What noise do I hear? You know, I have a TV that just goes on by itself. Jimenez didn't do much, but nobody else on the White Sox did. He went 0 for 4, struck out. Didn't hit a ball out of the infield, but don't worry about him. The Indians, who scored 10 runs on 11 hits on Sunday's shutout to the Orioles, reverted back to their offensive funk on Monday's 6-4 loss to Oakland. They're 1-3 against the A's, who entered the game tied for Seattle for last place. The Indians are 4-7 against last place teams in the American League. How about that? Unbelievable. The one positive note, they scored a run off a left-hander. All right, Brett Anderson, he entered the game with a career ERA against the Indians of 0.82. How about that? He's 4-0 with an 0.94. Remember this for the daily game. 4-0 with an 0.94 ERA and 6 career starts against the Indians. 2-0 in Progressive Field. Carrasco came into the game with a streak of 12 consecutive scoreless innings in 2 starts against the White Sox. Jason Kipnis started in the 6th with a double, and look, we all know. But the key to the Indians so far is their catcher Perez. Look, in 2018 he hit 168 with 2 homers, 19 RBIs. He's hitting 23 for 69. That's 333, 11 RBIs in 24 games, 1 homer. All right? So he is, look, the kid is doing it. Perez is hitting 232, altogether with 23 for 99, 6 homers, 14 RBI. He does strike out a lot, 33 strikeouts, 13 walks, but it's a much different player. And Perez's homer Monday tied him with Francisco Lindor for second on a team, and he hit it to right field, his third homer, 2 coming against the A's in the last 6 games. So jump on Perez if you're looking in the daily game. Brett Anderson, like I said, 1 run in 5 1/3 innings. Okay, Jurickson Profar, Matt Olson, Matt Chapman also homered for Oakland. Their winning streak is now at 4. Now, Detroit, the Tigers, several of their top 30 prospects have really struggled. The Tigers, everything is going wrong. I was hoping to hear from Daz Cameron, the number 5 prospect, but he came out hitting well. He was hitting .440 in his first 6 games, but then unbelievable. He's hitting .268 in his first 13 games in May. So he is not doing it. Jacob Robson, the Tigers' number 16 prospect, was hitting .198 after 31 games. Daniel Woodrow, the number 20 prospect, .231 after 30 games. Parker Meadows, .208. He was their number 8 prospect. So I'll tell you, even Cody Clemens, the Tigers' number 13 prospect, who had such a good year last year at West Michigan, hitting .302, he hasn't been able to adjust. So it's, Jose Azocar, 23-year-old outfielder. All right, he's hitting .301. Jake Rogers, the top catching prospect, he's starting to find his groove. But this is a tough one because not only Doel Lugo was hitting .341 for the Mud Hens, and that's one of the reasons they demoted Candelario. So we'll see how he does. But lefty Matt Boyd, high price tag, Shane Green, and Nicholas Castellanos will be the guys that are going to be unloaded, I think, sooner than later, okay? Sooner than later, so we'll see about that. Sincere thank you for all who have made it into the chat room today. So, Odorizzi pitched 5 great innings, only once allowing a runner to reach second base, and then they turned it over to the bullpen. Tommy LaStella pounded the Twins. He was 9 for 15 last week at Target Field. He singled home the tying run off Taylor Rogers in the 7th. Ty Buttrey, who allowed only 2 runs in 21 appearances all year, kept the score tied. And then Sano, 97-mile fastball. It was a missile. All right, so he missed his first 41 games, as we all know. He's homered twice in the past 3 games. All 4 hits have been for extra bases. So Sano coming back. And last year I read you that they are a much better team with Sano out of the lineup than they are with Sano in the lineup. Jake Odorizzi, 3 hits. He's a good pitcher, man. And I picked him up on waivers in a mixed league in the Sirius XM League. I got him for nothing. Last week, struck out 6 in 6 innings. He was trying to become the first Minnesota pitcher to win 7 consecutive starts since, I think Kyle Gibson did it in 2017. All right, so and by the way, Andrelton Simmons and Shohei Ohtani, Simmons' injury could keep him out for an extended period. He's going to have an MRI. Ohtani didn't seem to took a ball off his right finger while swinging at a third strike, so we'll see what happens. Both players had x-rays. Ohtani doesn't look too bad, but Simmons, and look for Cody Allen to, although the numbers don't look good. All right, he's got a 5.1 ERA in his first 14 innings, but he's trying to regain the form. All right, so he showed signs since he came off the injured list May 7th. He has had 5 scoreless appearances to open the season before walking 9, striking out 7 in his next 4. But his ERA jumped. Fly balls at over 61%. Fly balls. I think he's going to get his job back because I think they may want to trade him. Seattle and Texas, the Mariners, who opened the year 13-2, they've now lost 25 of their last 35 games. Mike Minor had 26 scoreless innings at Globe Life Park New stadium record, breaking the mark once